Yo, I did all that talking. I wasn't even live. Oh my God. I was in here laughing at myself and everything. Yo, let me start. Hey, look, let me put intro.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo! What's good, party people? What's good? What's good? What's good? I see y'all out here. This is take 2 for me. I was talking to y'all and my thing wasn't even live. I was telling jokes and all, man. Take 2, Uncle Freezy. Booker D was good. Andrew College was good. Pud Nice is in the building. Some dude named Blorangetears is in the chat telling his life story. Shout out to that dude Blorangetears in the chat telling his life story in the chat. G Robinson was good. Was good. I'm sorry about that, man. I was actually running the show when I wasn't even live. Shouting y'all out and everything, screaming to the top of my lungs. 19 comment NYC 84 says, license and registration mount, please. And if you hadn't seen Super Troopers, you would not get that reference, but it's hilarious. It is hilarious. Hilarious. Super Troopers, bro. Super Troopers, yo, it's hilarious, bro. License and registration, meow, please. What? You heard me. License and registration, meow, please. What would you say? Yo, that's funny. Chuck Allen is in the building. I see you. Savage NYC was good. Still Knicks fans. I was complimenting your Abby for like 2 minutes, but I wasn't even live, so you never heard it. But still Knicks fans, that Abby is dope. I had everything in place, the mics on and everything. I was bigging up still Knicks fans for the dope Abby. And that person ain't even heard it because the mic wasn't even on. Was good. I wasted so much of your time. Yo, I legit thought I was on, but I wasn't. Stuff happens, bro. Stuff happens. Savage NYC says, Cade and Deuce tonight. What? 19 comment NYC 84 says, Rokas is a late season bring over or maybe next season for him. Yeah, I can see that. T. Williams, what's good? Still Knicks fan says, I appreciate. Yeah, nah, man, we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you. Y'all ready to rock all day? So I have this stupid idea. I want this live stream to go a little bit longer because the past few days, well, I missed a day because of a doctor's appointment checkup. A1C is fantastic. The old ticker is fantastic. Blood pressure was, I'll share it with y'all because y'all can't spend it. So, but my blood pressure was like 99 over 68. Right? 99 over 68. So I'm rocking and rolling there. A few things I need to work on. Like I need to get my strength back, man. I want to be strong, man. I don't want to always be David Banner. I want what's his name? Bruce Banner. Hey, Miss Mocha, who was the Incredible Hulk? Bruce Banner or David Banner? Which dude is the rapper? Which one's the rapper and which one is the Incredible Hulk? Is it David Banner or Bruce Banner? David Banner? Who's Bruce Banner then? Who's Bruce Banner? Hey, June 1 says, peace, Uncle Freezy, peace to Knicks Nation, peace to the chat. We in here, stay healthy, my G's, for sure. Okay. Bruce Banner is the Hulk. So the point I was getting at, well, I don't want to be a rapper all the time either. How about that? I don't want to be a rapper all the time either. So yeah. So the point I was getting at is he said Bruce Banner is Batman. Yeah. Okay. So the point I was getting at though is I don't always want to be Bruce Banner. I want to be the Hulk when I want to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like when you got a flat tire and you trying to, you know what I'm saying, break the bolts so that you can, you know what I'm saying, get your and you out there, you know what I'm saying, you got to jump up and down on the jack. I don't want to be that. I just want to get, you know what I'm saying, and turn, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm getting at. Allah Wise is in the building. What's good? What's good? Allah Wise. What's good? Right. So it's like, you know, when your girl Andrew Collinger says David Hasselhoff. Yo, hey, 19 comment NYC 84 says Hulk say smash that like button. Meow. If I saw the Hulk say meow, bro, if I ever saw the Hulk say Hulk smash meow, bro, I swear I'm gonna fall out, bro. I can't help it. Wise says they used to call me Crazy Joe, now they call me Batman. Bro, we all come from a lot of different. Let me ask y'all this. I got a bunch of stuff I got to say. I'm all over the place. I got some coffee. Y'all bear with me. Y'all know how this go. We got a long time to be together. We got a lot of questions to ask each other and answer for each other. So just bear with me. Because when I first started doing the live streams, cats used to be like, what about the game last night? Get to the point, Uncle Freezy. I'm like, bro, calm down, bro. We're going to be here. I don't know about today. I don't know how long we're gonna be here today, but back then I'd be like, yo, we're gonna be here for 4 hours, man. We're gonna be here for 4 hours. You just want to get straight down to Nerlens Noel missed a free throw with 4 minutes left to go in the game. You ain't even gonna say good morning. You just like, Nerlens Noel missed a free throw late. And I'll be like, yo, I appreciate the passion. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna be here. Yo, Booker D says, I hope you dropped off 4 cups of coffee to Rob last night. Yeah, well, not yet, bro. Not yet. Not yet, man. I think that might be the last thing that he need right now. I don't think Rob need nothing else to drink. Nothing. Not even coffee. Not even water. That brother don't need nothing else to drink right now, bro. Yeah, he was feeling it last night or early this morning. He don't need nothing else to drink, bro. That dude, my man probably don't even need a cup of water right now. He probably just needs some sleep. Booker D says, Noel, nah, you mean Edward Scissorhands. Yeah. Yeah, man. Right. Hey, and for the record, that's my guy. Yo. For the record, the live stream, like what Jay Boogie was saying, like when you be on video chats with people, it's one thing. Like you be in a virtual chat with somebody, and you be like, yo, this is kind of cool. But then when you meet them and get to be around them for a little bit, bro. When you get like with me and Rob the Nick, I'm telling you, I love that brother, bro. I love that brother. Rob the Nick in person, Rob the Nick may be my favorite person to be around. Maybe him and Jay Boogie kind of like are a tie, right? It's a tie. Long Island Sound is in the building. What's good? Chris is in the building. Yeah. Andre. Yo, y'all got jokes this morning, man. Y'all be mad funny, man. Hey, y'all gotta stop. You know what? I think what y'all gotta do is put, if something is a disclaimer or not, in front. Like Uncle Freezy, don't read this too fast. This is a joke. Because sometimes y'all catch me off guard, and my first reaction would be to laugh. You know what I'm saying? But Andre Bryan says, Rob need a show with J.R. Smith to see who can handle their Henny better. Oh man, I don't know. Man, maybe they need to recruit Noriega. Maybe they need to recruit Noriega in EFN. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. And I'm joking, but Rob is my guy. That's just jokes, man. Yeah, man. Yo, Eli M says Rob makes my night every time. Yeah, man, that's our guy, bro. Yeah, Chuck Allen is like late night sips and nicks with Uncle Rob. Hey, Chuck. So we're gonna try to do a watch along at the game, man. I want you to come through if you can. The game is at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. So we're gonna try to do a watch along. My only thing is the TV that I watch games on and my computer are not in the same place. Right? And I know you're like, what? Why don't you just put a TV in here? Nah, I don't have nothing connected in here except studio equipment. Yeah, in here, all I have is teddy bears and studio equipment. That's it. Project Nerd HQ, what's good? How you doing, bro? Heck, how you doing? You doing better? You feeling better, bro? What's good? Yeah, in the Bears, man. Yeah. Hey, that's good, bro. I was concerned about you for a little bit. I was concerned there a little bit because I saw you hit me, and then I didn't hit you back, and then you know how things is. Man, I called, man. He ain't hitting, and then stuff get. But it ain't that. It ain't that. It's when I looked at the missed call, Chop low number jumped up, and I already knew that was gonna be like an hour. I already knew it. Because when Chop called me, bro, I'm answering, period. When Chop Low called me, bro, I'm answering. Still Knicks fan says, yeah, be careful, Uncle Freezy. They hit me with a copyright infringement. The NBA don't play. Yeah, nah, I ain't doing that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't taking no risk. No risk, bro. Cause to keep it 10 times 10, I do the channel for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't do it for me. You know what I'm saying? But the amount of hours and stuff that I put in, and this ain't brag, this ain't none of that. Don't stop taking this the wrong way. The amount of time we put in, we always consider Knicks fans. Like what would make the Knicks fans experience even better, right? I already know what would make my experience a little bit better. A big sandwich, something to drink, and a big smooth cigar that burns slow. I don't need no $4 cigar that's gonna burn up all fast and have your house smelling like Archie Bunker. No, I don't need that. You know what I mean? Pudge Knight says, you're not obligated to answer. Back in the day, some people when you say, yeah, well, yeah, hey, Pudge Knight, when it comes to the crew, man, I always answer. Always. I try to, and if I absolutely can't, like if my phone, like if something happened, I miss it, I try to call them back immediately. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get back to them immediately. But here's the thing. I want to talk about some Knicks, man. Y'all ready to talk about some Knicks, man? I want to talk about some Knicks. Y'all ready to talk about some Knicks? I'm ready. First of all, let's get these likes up. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button for your mans. Support the Knicks. Support our guys. Support the channel. You know what I'm saying? We want to get our likes up and continue to grow this channel. And one of these days, we want to be one of the big boys. Smash that like button if you haven't. Right? Here's the thing. Oh, Craig McQueen just walked in the door. What's good, Craig? David Parker's in the building. What's good? Y'all smash that like button. I got a series of questions I want to ask y'all, and y'all kind of help me through this, right? Y'all kind of help me through this, right? Does Miles McBride move to you like an NBA All-Star? Does Miles McBride move like an NBA All-Star? Y'all take a second to answer that or think about that, right? And then answer it. Because when I ask you the question, the first thing would probably immediately be like, yo, how you know? You know what I'm saying? He a rookie. Nah, bro. No. Do the eye test. I can pull up the numbers. Trust me. The numbers, I can pull those up. You know, and y'all know I ain't scared. When cats be having these unhinged conversations, like, I don't think RJ Barrett got superstar potential. Oh, yeah? I got numbers to prove that not only does he have superstar potential, he is better than current superstars at the same age. Y'all know me. I'll pull up the numbers. And they'll say, well, you can make numbers say anything. No, you can't. No, you can't. Right? Yo, David Parker says, who, Javon Carter? No way, Uncle Freezy. I was on this channel here and I heard somebody say that Miles McBride ain't nothing but Javon Carter. Yeah, I was around some fool that said that too. I was sitting right beside the fool that said that. So I feel like I need to eat crow on that. So I feel like I need to eat crow on the Javon Carter thing. I'll take one. I'll take one for the. Hey, listen, I ain't even taking one for the team. I'm just flat out wrong. I'm wrong on the Javon Carter comparison. Right? Yeah, I'm wrong on that. Frederick was like, yo, the Bears is in your ear. They be whispering behind the scenes. They be like, yo, Uncle Freezy, Miles McBride is just Javon Carter and bring us some honey. Yo, yeah, that's funny. David Parker says, hey, man, you know, I said 26 wins last year, so everybody can be wrong, basically. Yo. I mean, the thing is, I feel like I'm wrong before the train actually left the station. I'll admit I'm wrong before the train leave the station, right? Because Miles McBride ain't played in no NBA games yet, right? He ain't played in no NBA games yet, but he looks different. In my opinion, from what I saw, I wish I could pull it up and show you what I'm looking at, but I can't. Because, hey, listen, to be honest with you, I'm not getting ready to pay for those expensive NBA packages yet. You know, the NBA packages, like when you go to Nothing But Knicks and Knicks Fan TV, they have the expensive NBA package playing in a little screen on OBS. And we are like, wow, look at that. That's awesome. Those guys make that big YouTube money. They make that big YouTube bread. We low budget, bro. We spamming noodles around here. We spamming noodles. You know what I'm saying? We ain't big like Knicks Fan TV and Terry. Speaking of which, where in the world is Terry and Trey? Terry and Trey, I know y'all watching. Terry and Trey. Word on the street, Terry and Trey, is that y'all love the show. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be smashing that like button. Where y'all at? Y'all need to continue to make content. If y'all can. If everybody healthy, if everything good, make sure y'all keep creating content. You know what I'm saying? Pudge Knight says a lot of people left. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Terry and Trey, if y'all watching, y'all need to make sure y'all making content. I know Terry probably. I know Terry with his cheap self. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know even know Terry like that. I'm just throwing jabs at him. I'm just trolling. Hey, bro. Mm, mm, I'm just saying. So shout out to the mods. The mods are listen. Everybody swear they mods are the best in the game. I'm here to tell you that my mods are the best in the game. Now, take that. We can say what we want to say, bro, about a lot of different stuff, but I'm telling you, the truest thing that I've ever said on this channel is that my mods are the best in the game. Everything else kind of subjective. RJ Barrett can be a superstar. Julius Randle is good. So everything can depending on your opinion. But the one thing we can't dispute is that our mods are the best in the game. Period. Right? You know what I mean? Yeah, hey, yeah. You talking about if she whipping up, if she chopping it up with spam? Yeah, but we on that spam budget though, bro. But one day we'll get there. We'll get there. But listen, I wanted to ask y'all, since we were talking about superheroes, since we were talking about Bruce Banner, David Banner, and the Hulk, what superhero character would you characterize RJ Barrett as? Who is RJ Barrett in superhero universe? What superhero? What superhero would you characterize RJ Barrett as? And I'm gonna get to the Miles McBride thing, but something just crossed my mind, and I just want to get the participation from the chat. What superhero would RJ Barrett be? Booker D said blank man. Yo, y'all hilarious, bro. I'm telling y'all got to, before y'all tell jokes, bro, y'all got to put a disclaimer out there. Y'all can't be making me laugh now. I'm a professional. Y'all up here making me laugh, and I'm a professional. Other niggas, content creators, be like, yo, all he do is laugh. All they do is laugh and argue for 4 hours. Man. Yo. So we got Blank Man, right? We got Cyclops. We got Homie the Clown. Homie don't play that, bro. Iceman or Mr. Fantastic. I can see that. I can see Iceman, definitely. Iceman? Definitely. I could definitely see Iceman. I can definitely see Iceman, right? I can see Iceman. I can see that. All right. Well, hey, hold on, y'all. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. Yo, look who in the building. Chop Low is in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Yo, we on pause for network identification. Yeah, man, what's good? Infamous New King is in the building. What's good? Yo, yeah. I'm like hollering at y'all, right? I'm hollering at y'all and the mic ain't even on. It happened, bro. It happened to me this morning. It happened. Thank you. Yo, I was talking to y'all for like 7 minutes. And then I looked up. I was like, yo, how come ain't nobody in the chat? How come nobody in the chat? Let me move this microphone. Let me move this out of the way so we can get busy. All right. So if RJ Barrett was a superhero character, who would he be? Would he be Iceman? I know that sounds crazy, right? But if he's Iceman, what does that make Julius Randle? Who is Julius Randle then in this equation? What superhero? Big, strong. You know what I mean? I'm going to put this link in the chat so we can chop it up. Hold on. Y'all come on through and holler with your man. Y'all come on through. Eric S. says, Shrek. Anthony D. says, The Thing. Yeah, Chop, I was talking to myself for like 7 minutes, and people were like, yo, what's good? Uncle Freezy late. Now, I was a little late, right? But wasn't totally late, right? Danny Landis and Lucas is in the building. What's good?
What's up, Freezy?
I'm chilling, boss.
Did you sleep?
I think I slept for
half an hour?
No, longer than that. I think I slept for like 90 minutes. And then I jumped up like, oh my God.
The chat was good last night.
Yeah. Oh man, Rob the Nick was yeah, that's my guy.
And Jay Boogie came on too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
How'd you get it? Look what Lucas found on his Switch.
Bam! That's dope.
Nice, buddy. You found that's GI on the top.
Yeah, man.
And that's the host with the most right there.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen. I think we're making it places. If Lucas can find us, bro, I think we're making it places.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
The chat was good last night.
Yeah, man.
But Jay Boogie came on late. The show was about to end when he came on.
Yeah, because Cully usually does 2 hours on a dot. Like if he saw 11:30, you could best believe he's gonna be ready to go at 1:30, right? But then he hit me. I was like, "Yo, at 1:30, I'm hitting the kill switch." He's like, "Nah, maybe 2 o'clock." I was like, "Okay." And then 2 o'clock came, and then everybody was like, "Nah, man, let's rock, man. Come on, man. We got this energy."
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Man, I'm excited about the Summer League game today. We play Cade. I'm excited about that.
What time is that on? At 10?
8.
8.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yo, hey, Josh, a.k.a. Uncle Fulio is in the building. What's good, John? Hey, Uncle Fulio, you don't come hang out with us no more? You know I'm about to lay the guilt trip on you, Uncle Fulio.
Huh.
Uncle Fulio, I'm about to lay the guilt trip on you, Uncle Fulio. I mean, we heard that you hit the number and everything, and now that you got your fancy cars and your fancy houses, you don't come hang out with the folk no more.
Oh man.
Well, part of that got to do. Part of that probably got to do with him being Navy. You know, he's a Navy guy, so he don't know. You know, those Navy dudes, their brains are installed backwards, so they don't know. You know, they try hard though. So you looking forward to the season?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Can't wait.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you. The thing I'm the most excited about is training camp. Right?
See what happens at training camp with all these guys that we got.
Yep.
When's the season starting this year? Is it start on time or at a different date?
Yeah, it's gonna start on time.
So
right?
what?
And at the end of October.
October, yeah.
Yeah. So, but training camp is usually the end of September, those 2 weeks, end of September to middle of October, and then you get your season. So, yeah. So, it's one of those things I'm excited about training camp because the reason why I'm excited about training camp is because I want to see Miles McBride guard Emmanuel quickly. Two polar opposite guys. Like one dude is a hellified defender, or at least has that reputation. That's what he's showing. And the other guy is a bona fide offensive scorer. Right?
Yeah.
And so I want to see how that works out. I want to see the brand new Obi Toppin going up against Julius Randle.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Right. I want to see
RJ Barrett go at it with Fournier.
Yeah. And Derrick Rose versus Kemba.
Kemba. Oh.
Yeah.
Kemba Skywalker.
Yep.
And Noel versus Mitch.
Right. Oh, the 3-man rotation. I want to see Sims go up against Mitch and Noel also.
Sims, yeah. I forgot about that. Sims, man.
That cat is a monster.
That's what we're going to say why he's going to get burned, because we know Noel is going to get hurt. He's going to fall and break a toenail, a fingernail, and he'll be out for 3 games. And then Mitch will probably get hurt eventually at some point during the season. So then you got Sims and you got Taj. I'd rather give more run to Sims than Taj. Taj shouldn't get all the burn. Should be the young guys.
Right.
Save Taj.
Taj shouldn't get any run, bro.
He should be saved for the playoffs. I mean, I like Taj because he plays hard, you know.
Right.
But they need to save his body and save him for the playoffs. We don't need him breaking down. Then we have no centers.
The thing about Taj, though, man, and I know it's gonna sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but why do we have Taj Gibson when we could have had Kai Jones? We could have had a 19-year-old super. Kai Jones is more athletic than Mitch, Nerlens Noel, and Jericho Sims, right?
Yeah.
And you could have grabbed him at 19, not the 19 spot, but I'm talking about 19 years of age.
Of course.
You could have grabbed him at 19 years of age and taught him the game. And at a bare minimum, he'll be Tyson Chandler.
Oh,
right?
that'd be nice.
At a bare minimum, the dude could be Tyson Chandler, right? But if you're talking about
that's a Tibbs selection, yeah.
Yeah, what he could be with offense is better than Miles Turner, right?
Yeah. Because
Kai Jones, I don't know if you knew this or not, but Kai Jones was on the Bahamas track team.
Really?
Wow. Bro, he was on the Bahamas track team, bro.
But then Taj was, you know who selected Taj? That's Tibbs's boy.
Yeah.
It's like the Miami Heat. They keep bringing back what's his face for 19 years.
Udonis Haslem. They're
like doing that to Taj now. They're going to keep bringing him back till he's ready to call it a career. That's what's going to happen. Because I guess he's good in the locker room. He's good with the guys. He tries to teach guys. He's a nice guy. But, so Tibbs wants to, you know how it is.
Why not bring him back as a coach?
Maybe that'll be after the season. Could be.
Maybe. So what you're saying is Taj Gibson will be our Herb Williams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
yes.
I love Herb Williams.
I love Herb. Oh man, I loved Herb when he was a player.
Yeah.
Coach, everything.
Yep.
Good guy.
I love Herb Williams, man. I love Herb Williams.
How come he's not with the organization anymore?
I don't know if he's not with the organization. I just don't know what role he's in. Like I don't think he serves in a prominent role anymore. Because I don't know. I don't know. I think it's odd. It's odd, man. But I'm still trying to wrap my mind around the organization trying to save $2.7 million, and then they use that money on Taj Gibson and Dwayne Bacon. Really?
What's his? I never saw this guy Bacon. Is he any good? I don't.
Yeah, he's a good scorer, bro.
Yeah,
he's a good scorer. Defensively, he ain't giving you nothing.
No defense.
No. People are talking about wing player this and such that. Nah, that ain't him.
No.
He is not defending nobody.
You think he's going to be a keeper? Or you think they're going to flip him?
No, I think he'll be a training camp cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Michael Gildress. We're all excited about him, and he got cut, right?
Yeah. And you notice he hadn't played in the NBA since, right?
No.
So, yeah. Yeah. The kid Bacon, I'm trying to think of a comp for him. He's just a scorer, bro. He's got a scorer's mentality, even if it's inefficient. Like he'll take bad shots, but he just want to get his shots up.
He wants to hoist those shots up, yeah. But you got to have some kind of D. He's not going to play much then if there's no defense, especially with Tibbs.
Right.
They'll put him in when they need a basket or two, and then he'll be subbed out real fast.
Right. I think they brought him in because they needed a wing player, and he might have been the best wing player available.
Yeah.
After everything was said and done. So.
Do you think they're going to sign anybody else? Or you think that's it?
No, I don't think they'll sign anybody else.
Do they have any money left? Do they have like veterans or any kind of anything?
I'm sure they could bring people in, but I mean, I don't think so. Like for instance, what would be the go-to? What would be the go-to signing at this point? Another wing player?
Another wing, right?
Yeah. A big small forward.
But who's available? What about JJ Redick?
JJ Redick is a small shooting guard, but where would you bring him into play though?
Because he's a good shooter. He's deadly. JJ Redick from outside.
Yeah. I like JJ Redick.
I've been saying for years. I said I wish we could sign this guy. I wish we can get this guy.
Right.
You know.
I'm a Duke fan, so I've been a Duke fan since 1984, 85.
Wow.
Right. And so back then, Duke used to be so unathletic. They would have like maybe one or two guys like Tommy Amica, Kevin Strickland, Johnny Dawkins would be on the roster.
Johnny Dawkins. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a blast from the past.
Yeah. Yeah. They would get somebody like him, but the rest of the roster would be so unathletic. You know, it would be embarrassing almost.
What year was Christian Laettner out? When did he come out?
92.
He was non-athletic too, right?
Right. But man,
to be honest, I used to watch college back then.
Right.
When they had Ewing on Georgetown and Wennington on St. John's and Chris Mullen and Mark Jackson. But after that
Malik Sealy, you remember Malik Sealy?
Yeah. Malik the Freak.
Yeah. Pearl Washington at Syracuse.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Sherman Douglas, Billy Owens, Billy Thompson, Derek Coleman. Cycli. Yeah, man. Those were the days, bro. Because you could get behind the team back then because, you know, you figured dudes would come back. Now with the one and done thing, you really can't get attached to players. You just get attached to schools.
Of course.
You know. But yeah, man. So to that Duke point, though, I've been a Duke fan for a long time. And I always root for the Duke guys in the NBA because the North Carolina guys always seem to make it in the NBA. Like their accidental stars become stars in the NBA. Like Sam Perkins.
Sam Perkins,
Like Sam Perkins don't even really do any. He's an undersized center that plays bigger than power forwards. Left-handed dude that can shoot threes and can dribble a little bit. And he was probably ahead of his time, right? But you were like, bro, these 14 points a game are not really that impressive. But when he was with the Lakers, those 14 points per game were impressive because it seemed like they were always clutch.
Yeah.
And like Sam Perkins, Michael Jordan ISO'd Sam Perkins, two former teammates at North Carolina, ISO'd each other in the finals. And Sam Perkins ripped Michael Jordan, stole the ball from him, and went the other way and dunked. And people were like, oh my God, look at Sam Perkins. You know, but a guy from Duke would do that, and he's ordinary. Like a guy from Duke, say Rodney Hood would average 14 points a game, and then people would be like, never heard of him.
Wow.
You know,
never heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah, Rodney Hood. Who was that? Who was Jabari Parker? Never heard of him.
What about Bobby Hurley?
Yeah, hey, grew up together. We grew up together in Jersey City.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, not together like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like Police Athletic League, all these leagues or whatever. YMCA, his pops used to coach, do all these clinics and stuff. And so, you know, we were around each other a lot. And so I'm not saying he and I are best friends. He probably don't even remember me. You know what I'm saying? But I remember him yelling at me a lot. Man, you too tall to be trying to handle the ball. Nah, bro. I like handling the ball, bro. I like handling the ball. Go straight up. Like, stop trying to be fancy. Just make the basket. Nah, bro. I come from an era of style. I come from an era of watching George Gervin finger roll from like the free throw line. You know, I like being fancy, bro. Or back then, I like being fancy. So, but yeah. But the point though I was making about JJ Redick though is kind of I root for the Duke guys because I think the Duke guys get a bad rap. Yeah. Like how can you not like Christian Laettner after all those clutch baskets he hit? Always clutch, man. Always clutch. And
how about that one fadeaway he hit to win the game? Remember that fadeaway?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
And then when he got to the Olympics, he got hardly no burn when he was on the Olympic team, remember?
Yeah. Yeah. And we all know Shaq should have been on that team.
Yeah.
Right. We all know, but the thing is with Olajuwon and Ewing and David Robinson, you didn't necessarily want to bring in a dude that was just as good as them, or maybe better, and he hadn't even played yet. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. And David Robinson was a beast back then.
Yeah.
The Admiral.
Yep.
And Akeem the Dream. Oh my goodness.
And was it Akeem Olajuwon? No, not Olajuwon. Olajuwon wasn't on the team. It was Pat
Ewing, Robinson, Malone.
Was there Shaq might have been the third center. Shaq may have been the third center.
No, I don't think Shaq was on there.
No, yeah, you're right. Shaq wasn't. I just said that, and then I
was
said
it it was Alonzo Mourning, right?
No. They only had one. They only had one college player. I can't remember who it was.
Who else they had?
I can't remember who
they had. Karl Malone,
right?
Barkley,
yep.
Christian Laettner on the bench,
yep.
Keeping the bench warm,
right?
Ewing, Robinson. I don't know if they had another center.
Let me see if I can find.
I don't think they had. Those two was at center. That's it. Scottie Pippen, MJ, Stockton. They had Bird too.
Oh my God.
Charles Barkley.
Larry Bird was, bro. People have no idea how good Larry Bird was, bro.
Larry the legend.
Yeah.
That guy can shoot. Oh my goodness. His shot. I remember for years watching him at the 3-point shooting contest. They used to bury those shots.
Every year, just knocking them down, bro.
Didn't one year he almost had all of them? He almost got all the balls.
Yeah. I saw the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks took the lead on the Celtics on a Dominique Wilkins putback, right? Dominique Wilkins putback slam, right?
It was a dunk. Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, and the Celtics had one timeout, and KC Jones called timeout, and Larry Bird was hot. Larry Bird was like, "Why you call timeout? Now they're gonna set up the defense." And I was like, "But don't most coaches call timeout in this situation?" Larry Bird was like, that was stupid. You call a timeout right here, blah, blah, blah. That ain't gonna come out. And so he just fussing. And Casey Jones is trying to call into play. If they do this, do this. If they do this, do that. If they do this, do that. And Larry Bird was like, man, forget all that. Just give me the ball and get out the way. Right? And I was like, wow, Larry Bird's mic'd up, all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, Larry Bird is going off, right? Out of the timeout, they run a variation of picket fence, except Larry Bird is at the end of the line. So they run it, and basically what picket fence is one person taking the ball out, 4 people in a line, right? The dudes on the end, chase each other. Like the dude on one end comes around and he's chasing his own player. So you get like a circle kind of. And then the 2 dudes in the middle, one comes towards the ball and the other dude runs towards the rim. Right? So they run a variation of that. Well, the Hawks know picket fence. Everybody know picket fence. You know what I'm saying? Soon as Lucas get in the league, as soon as he get into like his basketball league, the first out of bounds play they're gonna run is picket fence. Because it's the easiest to learn, right? But the Hawks know this already, right? So they jump it, right? But what happens is Larry Bird fakes like he's coming around and he fades to the corner for the corner 3 and is wide open. And what the announcer is like, Larry Bird is, and I don't know if you remember the announcer from the Celtics, the dude with the real raspy voice. Birds in the corner! Birds in the corner! So he's like, birds in the corner! And soon as the Hawks see Larry Bird in the corner, wide open, everybody dropped their head because they knew they lost. This is before he even get the pass, bro. This is before he even, like, God, dog it. And Larry Bird catches the pass clean, looks down at his feet, puts the shot up, and leaves his hand in the air. Like, I told y'all, just get me the ball. And this is before the ball go in, right? This is before the ball go in. Larry Bird running off the court, high-fiving, dapping, and it's crispy. Nothing but net, bro. I mean, no rim. He was so he could have been like, yo, if it touched rim, it don't count. That's how good a look he got. If it touched rim, it don't count. Right? He gets the shot off. And I'm like, this dude's got to be the greatest player. I've never seen anybody this confident and this good at the same time. Ever, bro. And then when you look at him, he looks like the most normal looking 6'9" dude. If you could find an ordinary looking, a plain 6'9" looking dude, it'd be Larry Bird.
He was confident, cocky too.
Yeah, man.
He used to talk back and forth with Magic. You remember? They used to go at it.
Yes.
And he used to go back at Magic because Magic used to talk a lot back then.
Right, man. I saw the Pistons game winner. The Pistons had the reigning defensive player of the year, a third year player, I think, named Dennis Rodman, right? This is when Rodman played small forward before he got big and started playing power forward, right?
Yeah, he was skinny, yeah.
Yeah. This was when he was the worm.
Yeah, the worm,
right?
Yep.
So they run a double team on Larry Bird, right? And I see Rick Mahorn grab the back of Larry Bird's jersey. right? Grab the collar of his jersey and snatch him, right? But McHale hits him with this elbow, bro. He hits Mahone with his elbow. I swear it sounded like...
Oh, those elbows are like knives.
Yeah. He hit him with an elbow. It sounded like the Ric Flair slap. I don't know if you watch WWE.
I do, yeah.
But it sounded like Ric Flair chopped him across the throat when he hit him with the elbow, right? And you could just see Rick Mahorn just fall out of the play, right? And Larry Bird goes one way and pivots and goes the other way. Dennis Rodman slides on the floor and tries to get... And listen, Larry Bird had about this much space to get a shot off.
He doesn't need much space, that guy.
But giving Larry Bird this much space is like giving him this much space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So he gets the 3 off. They didn't even need a 3. They were down by 1. He didn't even need a 3. So he shoots the 3, right? And Isaiah Thomas, he told a story on the TNT thing they usually do, the open court thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And so let me Joe Madden.
Good morning, gentlemen. How we all doing this morning?
Good morning, Joe.
Good. Hey, so Larry Bird gets the shot off, and he looks at Isaiah, and Isaiah has a... Yo, you ever seen an 8-year-old girl have a tantrum? Little baby girl, just like... not even 8, just a little girl. Just like when a little girl don't get away, she starts stomping.
Oh, yeah,
because she couldn't get away.
I have a 2-year-old, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So Isaiah has a little 2-year-old girl tantrum as soon as Larry Bird gets the shot off because he knew that the Celtics were better than them and the Pistons played the best game they could possibly play, and they lost the game at the end of the game because Dennis Rodman gave Larry Bird this much space to get a shot off. But it's like giving Larry Bird this much space to get a shot off, bro.
Yeah, his length and his arc. It's kind of like Kevin Durant's shot, where it's like he's long, he's big for his position, he has that long shot. Right. So once you give him any bit of space, if that shot gets off, it's going in.
Yeah, because he used to fade away a little bit. He had that small fadeaway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, any bit of space. It's kind of like Steph Curry now. Even without space, these guys make shots.
Bro, Larry Bird, in my opinion,
used to break a lot of hearts with those shots.
Yes.
Deadly.
Yeah.
He was deadly. I think he was the most deadliest shooter besides for Petrovic. Remember Petrovic?
Yeah, I
the
remember
Nets?
Petrovic. Yeah. I remember Petrovic. If Petrovic ever got going, bro, you couldn't stop him.
No.
If Petrovic made about 5 or 6 shots, you were through. Right? Larry Bird, though, the best thing to do with Larry Bird is I would talk trash to Danny Ainge if I was an NBA player. I would not talk trash to Larry Bird, bro.
No.
Because if you ever got him going, like if you got Larry Bird listen, bro, I saw Michael Jordan talk so much trash to Larry Bird. We got this dude, Scotty. He gonna be something. And Scottie Pippen would be over there shaking, all nervous, like, Mike, why are you saying I'm gonna be something? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So but man, Larry Bird would roast Scottie Pippen, bro. Roast him. I'm talking about, man, look. Not even fair. Like he'd go to Scottie Pippen and be like, yo, I'm gonna hit these next 7 shots from this wing over here. If you want to be on a poster, you might want to come along. If you want to be on a poster. You know what I'm saying? And Scotty was like, I don't want to be on no poster.
No.
And Mike would be like, we don't care about no doggone poster. You know, Mike is walking on one side, like, trying to build his man up. And then Larry Bird is on the other side, like, bro, I do this. I'm already an NBA champion, Mike. How many championships have you won, Mike Jordan? At the time, Mike didn't win any. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So Michael Jordan didn't win championships until the decline of the Celtics. So, but you know how it is. So what's going on, Joe?
Not much, guys. Not much. Looking forward to another game. We have another game tomorrow night.
Tonight?
Tonight, 8 o'clock.
It's tonight. Okay, good.
Yep.
All right, it's against Cade.
Yep.
You get to see the McBride of Frankenstein, like Rob would say.
And that's why I want to see him go small and go quickly at the 1, McBride at the 2, Grimes at the 3, and have McBride. I want to see McBride just let's see what we have in the kid and put him up against the best guy in G League. Put him up against Cade, the #1 pick, and see what he can do.
Yeah,
because I have a lot of high hopes for McBride. I liked McBride coming out of the draft, and I didn't think he was a steal where we got him, but I didn't think his defense was going to be that good that quick. And when we look at that defense is going to translate.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see what he can do up against Cade tonight.
What do you think about Grimes?
I'm not too worried like people about Grimes. Grimes not going to be a guy that's going to create his own a lot, but he's under Tibbs. He's going to be catch and shoot, coming off screens, and the shot will eventually fall. The shot I think will translate. Like the shot's smooth. I think it'll eventually fall.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he's just thing is, and it's our Jonathan Macri had Chip Murphy on the other day, and they mentioned about Grimes, about how hard it is that some of these guys like Grimes was the main ball handler for Houston in a Final Four team.
Right.
And him to go to the Knicks, and now he has to adjust to being a catch and shoot guy.
Right.
And being off the ball a lot more. So where McBride is kind of being on the ball a little bit in the G League, and he's kind of doing what the same he was doing in West Virginia, where we see Grimes kind of has to adjust, but I'm not too worried about it. It's only G League. But do we really see how much burn is Grimes or McBride really even going to get if everybody stays healthy?
McBride's going to get more burn than Grimes for sure.
I think so. Yeah. He will at the point. And that's why I think the Knicks now look how McBride looks so far. Knicks look like geniuses because you have a young guard who's a pit bull on defense, can knock down the 3, and you have him on a cheap, was it like a minimum deal for 4 years? You have him sitting behind a former MVP and a former guy known for clutch buckets and Cardiac Kemba, who still can produce at a high level. You're going to be spending at least the next 2 years, maybe 3 years behind these dudes learning.
Right.
It's perfect. It's perfect
You
for some
think
of
so?
these guys, even for quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
I really like. I think McBride is growing on me. Right. My favorite rookie out of this class is Rokas. And I know a lot of people don't know who he is, but and I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound very stereotypical, but it's not what I wanted to come across as. He's got a lot of the. I think he has the makings of the wiggle of Manu Ginobili in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you remember what the NBA was like before you saw the Euro step? You don't remember that, right? Who remembers what the NBA was like before the Euro step? Before everybody started doing the Euro. It's like you had to be faster than your man or stronger than your man to beat him to the basket. Now, then with the Euro step, but like with cats like Manu Ginobili and others, you know what I'm saying? You like, you know what? Anybody can get to the basket now with the Euro as long as you don't travel. And the NBA and back then, and well, I ain't gonna say back then, but the NBA the NBA don't call travel as much as they used to. Because if you watch James Harden, bro, if you tell me James Harden ain't traveling, bro, I swear.
Even like I looked at it, I was like, is that a travel? You know, quickly when he done that step back on Chris Duarte and he literally opened up so much space.
Right.
That to me looked really like a step back.
Right.
It was a step back, but it looked like a real travel.
Right.
And Harden does the same thing. It's like, how do these guys create that much space from the corner of the paint to outside the 3 without traveling?
Huh?
Right.
You see Quickly do, you see Harden do it, but how are they doing out traveling? Because they're moving 2 feet.
Right. Without a dribble.
Without a dribble, yeah.
Right. So yeah.
So what is the rule? Because you're not supposed to move 2 feet, but these guys are moving 2 feet in a step back.
Right.
And some of them hard to move both feet sometimes twice.
Yes.
Twice.
Yeah.
In a step back, and they don't call travels on it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And I like Rokas because I think that he's in the early stages. But like he's I'm not going to say he's a baby Ginobili. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is in his skill package, you can see some of those moves in his skill package based on the highlights that I saw. I'm not ready to say he's going to be a 20-point per game scorer in the NBA or even 18. What I will say, though, is he looks as if he would be able to create his own shot. And for the last, say, 1,000 years, I know that's hyperbole, our guards have not been able to create their own shot. If you look back at the Reggie Bullocks, the Alfred Paytons,
Payton,
anybody, but the Damian Dotsons, they have not been able to consistently create their own shot.
No.
And my fear is that the dude Quentin Grimes is going to be another version of Damian Dotson, bro. And I know they're saying that he's used to being on the ball and all of that stuff, but he wasn't good he was not a good lead guard. He was terrible.
That's why he's not a lead guard anymore.
Right.
That's why he changed his role and he changed his career after he failed in Kansas, but they still had him a lot more on the ball than what he's going to be used to with the Knicks. The Knicks is Grimes has to get used to corner catch and shoot and coming off screens. He needs to focus on that for the next 2 to 3 years of his career and just be throwing up 1,000 threes a day, because that's what all you're really going to expect him to be doing.
Right. And then too, he was terrible his first season at Houston.
Yeah.
He was terrible there too. And so by the time, well, no, not totally terrible, because towards the end of his first year at Houston, you could see him turning the corner, and then his second year at Houston, he had a breakout. But I'm not buying it, bro. I'm not buying that this dude is a first round pick. I'm not even buying the fact that this dude is an NBA player. I think the dude is Damian Dotson. That's his ceiling. That's his ceiling is Damian Dotson. Who knows? His floor is Tony Douglas.
Tony Douglas. Oh my goodness.
I wouldn't disrespect the kid.
Tony Douglas was a first round pick, though, bro.
Yeah.
Tony Douglas was a first round pick, but Tony Douglas was a first round pick by the Lakers, and we traded for that pick and got Tony Douglas as on draft night.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I see people trying to compare Grimes to Landry Fields a little bit.
No. Landry Fields is way more athletic than this dude.
Way more athletic, yeah.
Way more athletic than this dude.
I don't see any athleticism in Grimes at all.
Does anybody know the reason why he transferred out of Kansas? Was it playing time or was it something else?
No, he declared for the draft, and by the time he pulled out, Kansas gave away a scholarship. But I think they were going to give it away anyway. He didn't.
They were going to give it away anyway. Yeah.
He was supposed to be a top 5, top 10 pick, and fell and went into the draft and realized he wasn't going where he was supposed to. Want to go out to college, and the scholarship was gone, so he went to Houston.
Right.
But then Houston told him
his scholarship was gone. Then he must have not been. And did the coach stay when the coach that
Yeah, Bill Self is still there.
Recruited him? He was there. Wasn't there like problems around the time where Grimes got recruited in the school? And I remember I heard some stuff about Kansas. I don't know if that was around the same time that Grimes was being recruited.
Now all that stuff was separate. All these actions, Grimes being trash and Kansas recruiting things are two separate things. You know what I'm saying? So because coming out of high school, this dude Quentin Grimes was supposed to be the right-handed D'Angelo Russell. Right? This is all the hype. Oh, he's a right-handed D'Angelo Russell. Because D'Angelo Russell was the same size, same build. You know what I'm saying? Both of them playmaking point guards. You know what I'm saying? At these big time high schools, D'Angelo Russell played point guard for Mount Verde Academy. Do you know who played in the backcourt with him?
RJ Barrett.
Ben Simmons.
Simmons. Oh my goodness.
Ben Simmons. Okay. Yeah, Ben Simmons was there with D'Angelo Russell.
Wow.
Right? But Quentin Grimes is supposed to be the right-handed D'Angelo Russell, right? Except he get to Kansas, bro, and he too slow to break down guys off the dribble, and he don't have court vision like D'Angelo Russell, and he don't have the clutch gene that like with 2 minutes left to go in the game, D'Angelo Russell wants to be that guy, has to be that guy. Nobody else can be that guy that night except D'Angelo Russell. Now, unfortunately, the dude has been on terrible teams his whole life. So you don't see the clutch gene out of D'Angelo Russell because he was on the Lakers when they were in the lottery. He was with Golden State where everybody was hurt. So you know what I'm saying? He was in Brooklyn when the roster was decimated by injury. You know what I'm saying? And then then they trade. They're like, oh, we're gonna make your situation better. We're gonna trade you to a better team. We're gonna trade you to the Timberwolves.
So Quentin Grimes, I do see exactly what everybody else sees, right? That his explosion is not there. And I think he doesn't have a left. He doesn't have a left because there was a point in yesterday's game or Wednesday's game that he could have taken his man off the dribble if he just would have crossed it over, and he decided to spin back and stood there and didn't make a move to the basket, right? Yeah. So at that point, all I said to myself is, this guy needs to work on his left, and he needs a hezzy because it looks like he has a quick twitch. But he just doesn't have the explosiveness to pull past the defender. So when players don't have that explosiveness, they need to get the heady in their game, right? Get in, pull back, get in again, pull back if you have to, and then explode. Try to get the defender off balance. I think he can get that because I do see a little twitch in his game.
Right.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is so are we saying that Grimes is a bust?
No,
I ain't saying that.
Nah,
but if you're saying that his ceiling is who's the player that you mentioned that was from the Knicks? Dotson
or Tony Douglas, whichever one, it don't matter.
Yeah, but
no, you said his ceiling was Dotson and his floor was Tony Douglas. Right. So these players had Dotson is still playing, but he came in 24 years old, 25 years old. And he 28 now, you know what I'm saying, going on 29. And Tony Douglas is nowhere to be found. Right. So we're saying basically in 4 years, this guy's gonna be out of the league.
Yeah, well, they both played 5 or 6, maybe 7 years in the league. I think Tony Douglas right? Tony Douglas was around. He was, you know what I'm saying, he was around for a while.
What happened? Yeah,
he was bench warming in Phoenix and teams like that for a while, I guess. Right. Getting contracts here and there.
Right. I think that
you could say that about a lot of players, Jared Harper and these Theo Pinsons of the world. You know what I'm saying? Who are really not really, ballers like that, but they stay around the league. And for Thanasis Antetokounmpo just got a 2-year deal for Milwaukee, right? Half of that is because of his brother, and the other half is because he has a lot of energy. Yeah. But
I would say 80% of that is because his brother.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm with you with that. But and I just don't want to write people off so early because I actually see Danny Green in them. I see a lot of Danny Green in them. Danny Green was a 2nd-round pick. He came into the league, didn't really make it, had to go into the G League. Played in the G League, and I think until he got into San Antonio with the right coach is where you saw Danny Green become the player that he is today, who's around 30-something years old, 32, 33 years old, and just got a 2-year deal from Philadelphia for over 20-something million, right? Yeah. So I see a lot of the Danny Green in him. He just has to learn, not to when he gets the ball, just shoot the ball, not to turn down shots. He just has to learn not to turn down shots.
Hesitant.
Right. He's a little hesitant. It's probably, it's hard. It's hard when you get into the league and these kids are playing so fast because they playing for their livelihoods. You know what I'm saying? These kids in the summer league, they're not, you know, they're not millionaires. These guys are playing really, really hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're not like Quentin Grimes, who was a first round pick. You know what I mean? These guys are hoping to get a 2-way deal, hoping to help be sustainable for their family. So they're playing really, really hard. You know what I mean? I heard this before, but it's true. If you play basketball in a pickup game and then you play for money, you see how much different the basketball game turns.
Yep.
Once you start playing for $100 or $200 a game, it's not going to be the same type of fouls. It's not going to be the same type of defense. You're not going to play the same type of game. So, you know, these guys are playing for their livelihoods. You know, you can run into something like that and not be prepared for that.
Yeah.
But I had a question before I got on, and I wanted to know what you guys thought. At this point in time, if we would have had the 25th pick, right, knowing what we know about, you know, Grimes, McBride, and Josh Christopher, because I'm using his as an example, would you have taken McBride over Josh Christopher, or would you have still taken Josh Christopher?
Man,
no,
you gotta
bro.
take Josh Christopher.
I would have took Josh Christopher at 19 on draft night.
Yeah.
My God, like I don't know, like, and for some reason I knew we were gonna pass on him because he's NBA ready and because of Tibbs. But bro, you put that kid with Johnny Bryant, who kind of helped Donovan Mitchell's growth. Oh my God.
Yeah.
How did he play? Yesterday? Against Toronto.
His playmaking is a lot better than he was in Arizona. He's passing the ball a lot better. I guess he's with other better players, but I'm just saying his playmaking.
He balled out. Anybody got the statistics on yesterday's game for Josh Christopher? I know Jalen Green didn't play much in the second half because I guess he got injured and he's not going to play anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the statistics.
Hey, yeah, I'll be right back. I just spilled coffee on my keyboard. I'll be right back.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll get the statistics now. No, but Josh Christopher.
But what I'm saying is this though, man. Okay. When you start a product, right? You have a plan, right? And you devise this plan. Each level of the plan, you devise it to fit the product that you want to have, right? Now, if you derive from that plan, a lot of the times, that's when you make mistakes, because there's not a lot of people that make a plan and stick to the plan, right? So if you have this plan and you derive from this plan, that's when you make mistakes. So when the New York Knicks as an organization, and we've seen the type of plan that the New York Knicks have, right? When the New York Knicks as an organization do something that's not according to what the plan is, can they make a mistake then?
It's possible.
All right, so when you see a Josh Christopher on the board, when you see a Kai Jones, this has nothing to do with athletic ability, has nothing to do with the way the player might be perceived as a basketball player. But you already know what the New York Knicks plan is. When you have this player available at 21 or 19 or 21, and you see the Knicks get out of character and pick somebody of that ilk, what do you think to yourself at that moment? Do you say, "Oh, these guys have turned a corner," or do you say to yourself, "Wow, these guys, got out of pocket. They switched up. This is not what they do."
Well, what I would have said was at 19 and 21, if they I say, like, as they did, traded away 19 and then took Josh Christopher 21, and then then I'd have been shocked at the time, but then knowing later on that they would have traded back and took McBride, then I'd have been like, all right, that makes sense, because I believe if you have 2 picks in a draft, you take one safe and you take a swing for the fences at the other, especially if they're late first round or mid first rounders. And I felt that coming out with, if they were going to do 3 picks, coming out with a 3-and-D guy that can shoot, a guy like Josh Christopher with upside, who to me was a lot better in Arizona than people in his numbers give him credit for. He was just in a bad team in a bad situation. And now, to me, you put him with a guy like, because you're building for the future and you're trying to win, and because there's superstars win in this league, and you're trying to hit in the draft on your own superstar, so you don't have to spend assets and money on one. So when you have 2 picks, you need to make a move like a Josh Christopher on one of them, which you can see it now. He is a Donovan Mitchell 3-level scoring type of game. All he needed was to fix the shot, and it looks like the jump shot's a little bit fixed.
Yes.
He's been working on it.
Yes.
And you put him with a guy like Johnny Bryant, who developed Donovan Mitchell, you never know what you could get. There's your superstar you don't have to trade for, or you don't have to spend money on. And you had 2 picks, and you traded one away and you went safe.
There's a player that I'm going to compare to, and that's what I'm talking about when I say if you have a plan and you derive from that plan and you switch up, that's where you can make a mistake, right?
Yeah.
The plan is always to get high character guys, to get shooting on the team, and then to get somebody that's going to mesh well with the entirety of the group. Okay? Now, you see how the New York Knicks are constructed, and then you add a personality like a Josh Christopher in there, you don't know how that's going to turn out.
But what to me, Josh Christopher, I see in interviews, he just seems like he's a playful kid.
Yeah, but
he's kind of like an Obi. So maybe there's a little bit of worry about maturism or a little bit too playful, not serious enough.
He jokes a lot.
A culture guy.
But it's kind of like this. It's kind of like you don't know me, right? And maybe, okay, let's say you don't know somebody on the panel, but on the panel you guys hit it off, but you don't really know that person, and then you meet that person in person, and you might say, "Oh, I don't like this guy."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or he ended up having a bigger personality than what you thought. Yep. And you're in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, on the panel, this guy is so cool. But when we got up face to face, all totally he kept on doing was joking on me and bullying me and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what you can see on the surface is not what really is, you know, how the person really is. And the person that I want to compare him to is when the Cleveland Cavaliers selected Kevin Porter Jr.
Porter Jr., yeah.
Kevin Porter Jr. and Josh Christopher, to me, are like very, very similar in the way that they play their game. Obviously, Houston Rockets are now reaping the benefits of the Cleveland Cavaliers' mistake. But the Cleveland Cavaliers lost the first-round draft pick and didn't get much for that first-round draft pick. So that's how you can set back a franchise. And they paid that man first-round guaranteed money because he was the last pick in the first round. So now you go to the Cleveland Cavaliers and you ask the Cleveland Cavaliers, how did that pick make you feel? Houston Rockets is a different story. The Houston Rockets, and even with the Houston Rockets, they still picked the player that they wanted at that same position.
Yeah.
So it's not like Kevin Porter Jr. is the safest bet in the world to stay in Houston for the remainder of his career.
They got 2 guys that play the same position.
They would have picked everybody. A position of need, they would
play the same as Porter. So Porter could be moved to point guard. I don't know. That Houston is going to be fun though. That they're going to be interesting.
Houston, yeah.
You know, and next year they're going to get a high pick because you know they're not necessarily tanking, but they're going to go super, super young. Same as Oklahoma City. So
it might be fun. Like I won't take that away from you guys. You know what I'm saying? And especially for us that we're not Houston Rockets fans.
No.
Because if something goes down in a Houston organization, you know, we don't really care about it because it's not us. So let's say, you know, I don't want to put, but these things can happen. Personalities could clash. They might not have, they have a second-year head coach. You know what I'm saying? All of these kids are really, really young. So you don't know what can happen. You don't know if one of these guys have to be moved because of certain situations. But I'll tell you this. One thing you do know is Quentin Grimes ain't going to be fighting with R.J. Barrett.
No.
Miles McBride is not going to be fighting with Emmanuel Quickly.
No.
So this is what I'm trying to say when I say we have a plan and we're sticking to that plan, even though the player that we picked isn't the flashiest player in the world, isn't the player that everybody liked, but for our family, for our people in-house, this was the best person, and we're gonna go at it as we said at the beginning, Big 15, and it's not gonna be just one guy is this, one guy is that. So that's what I just want to put out there when we talk about who the Knicks drafted, how they drafted, and why they draft the way they draft.
But what also set franchises back, as we've seen when we took Mr. Frank Ntilikina, who's looks like no longer in the league, over Donovan Mitchell. How we took Kevin Knox over Shea.
No, but that's a different organization. That was a totally different organization.
But when you look at the same thing,
totally different.
You take Quentin you trade back from 21 to 25, and you pass on Josh Christopher to take Quentin Grimes.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. If he hits,
not only Josh Christopher,
it looks like that.
And tell me if all
Jones
these players
too.
doesn't have something in common. We passed on Kai Jones.
Yeah.
We passed on Keon Johnson. We even passed on the center from Kentucky.
Isaiah Jackson, yeah.
We passed on Isaiah Jackson.
We passed him at
We
Bright.
passed on Josh Christopher. Tell me if any of those players you see that any of those players have something in common. Have something in common that you see that's different than a player like Quentin Grimes.
All of them have athleticism through the roof.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all athletic. Grimes
has the thing that annoys me is you can't teach. If you're coming in automatically athleticism, you can teach the rest. Grimes is the shooting crimes, but it's the lack of athleticism which makes it harder. A guy like Christopher does the athleticism, but also has like the same with Cam Thomas. They have the athleticism, but also have the shot creation. That's what you need to be looking for, because that's what wins in this league is guys that can put in buckets.
So
and where we've passed on them to go safe. I don't know. We could be sitting in 2 months or 3 months and saying, wow, Grimes is special. Grimes is going to be good. But as of now, to me, we passed them better talent for Tibbs. And that's what might kill us in the long runs, because Tibbs is all good well and now. But if you're going to build a team specifically for Tibbs in 2 or 3 years, we're going to be sitting Magic in purgatory, and what Tibbs is going to be on his way out, and the next coach is going to be inheriting a Tibbs team.
Sarge.
We need to look at this. And we had 2 picks, and we went safe instead of going safe at one and taking an upside on the other.
So didn't we say the same thing last year when we picked Emmanuel Quickley?
Yes.
We hit, yeah.
Yeah.
No, weren't we saying now we know who Emmanuel Quickley is, but weren't we saying the same things last year when everybody was like, oh, this guy's a 2nd round talent?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. I thought he.
When I say we, as in general, not specifically certain players. Oh, so I didn't know who Emmanuel Quickley was. So you said to yourself, you said this guy is it. Like, yeah, they did the right thing.
I thought specifically, it was a decent pick. He should have been picked in around that 25 to 30 range. It was a decent pick. I didn't realize what he was going to be. To me, he was a guy that was going to come off the bench and be catch and shoot and drop up some threes, because he never showed the same as Devin Booker in Kentucky, a wing that was strictly catch and shoot that never showed his abilities until he got to the league because of the Kentucky system. Quickly's another one of them guys that was catch and shoot. That's why he fell. And then now you see him in the league, his game expanded.
The thing is that I just want to say this, and I'm going to give the space to everybody else.
Real quick, Emmanuel Quickley was the SEC Player of the Year. Emmanuel Quickley, you knew Calipari was holding Emmanuel Quickley back at Kentucky. Right, because they had the starting point guard was a dude named Ashton Higgins, who Calipari said, "Listen, I'm bringing Quickley in. He's not the starter, but after this And you can't say the name of the international pandemic or YouTube do all these stupid stuff. But Calipari said after this thing is over, quickly is going to have a prominent role in his offense. And what happened is the season got, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know, you basically know what happened.
Yeah.
Right? They had a dude named Ashton Higgins.
I didn't know quickly was going to be that. Like, when we drafted him at 25, I also had him in the second round, going to the Knicks in the second round.
Second round?
But, right.
Wow.
I didn't know that he was going to be this type of player. But even though when I think about this organization, I have faith in what they're doing. Like, I don't counter attack the team because I know that they have a plan. When I talk about these certain players that have athletic ability and basketball ability, the thing is with me, it goes 50-50 down the road. It's 50-50 how you play basketball and 50-50 how you are as a man. And this is the type of player that we want on our team. You know what I'm saying? You can have all the athletic ability in the world, but if you're an immature person, if you can't get along with people, and you're just an all-around bad guy, you can't play for us.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather take somebody that has less ability as a basketball player than you, but is a man, is mature, and can be a professional over the most athletic person in the court.
But you can have
I think
both.
that's what they do, and I'm going to stand by that. And I don't have a problem with the Quentin Grimes draft pick. I don't have a problem with the Rokas draft pick. I don't have a problem with the McBride draft pick. And I know they're gonna play well.
I don't mind any of the picks. I just, as I said, I think it was better if we took out 3 picks. We should just say 19, 21 and gone. Ready player now and an upside player for the future. And I'm looking and I'm like, because it's not only the Josh Christopher we're talking about. Cam Thomas is balling out in the G League. These guys are balling out. And these are guys, that you could have.
Joe, you mean Summer League, not G League. You mean Summer League.
Summer League, sorry. These guys are balling out. But the thing is too is, and it's not only, you could have still had Grimes, McBride, and one of these guys, and you opted out of doing that.
We could have had Kai Jones too.
How does the franchise look if Kai Jones is an all-star in 3 or 4 years?
So let me
oh boy.
Let me tell you this, guys. When we start talking about draft, whether it's draft picks, whether it's free agents, or first, whatever the picks are, anybody that's going to get interjected into this team, the first thing that we need to think about over everything else is to make sure they're a character fit. To Eddie C's point, right? Yep. So if you're a character fit, then we can work on everything else. Right? We can work on developing your skill set. You can go play in the G League for a little bit. You got a whole coaching staff that is supposed to be the subject matter experts in fixing whatever's wrong with your mechanics. So we have that ability to do that. But I agree with Eddie C from the standpoint that first and foremost, for me, at least for G-Man, it's going to be, I need to make sure you're a good character fit for this organization. You're not going to come in here and disrupt my locker room and what I got going on, because that's a whole nother set of problems, right? That we ain't got time to deal with.
They don't want that. That's what it is.
No, exactly. So I would say also, we also have to give these guys time.
As panelists, and then us as panelists, we just want to have the most athletic guy on the floor, and then we turn off the TV and we go back to our regular lives. Yeah. Well, as these guys have to take care of this player 24/7, make sure they right, invest in this player. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference that my point that I be trying to get across is that, all we do is turn off the TV and we go back to our regular lives. These people are investing millions of dollars in these players, and then the Cleveland Cavaliers invested millions of dollars in Kevin Porter Jr. and they have nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
So I mean,
because it became a problem in the locker room, and they had to get rid of the guy for nothing.
But who said any of these guys that we passed on are automatically going to be problems in the locker room? You could have.
I didn't say that, but you don't want to give that a chance. That's when I say you have to stick to the book and not derive from the book. Whereas you say, I'm going to take a safe pick and I'm going to swing for the fences on the other one. That's
But
where you make the mistake.
you had 3 picks. You could have come out with Grimes, McBride, and Christopher Thomas, or one of them guys with upside. You could have come out with
And I'm going to
3,
tell you
and
this.
at least if
And
it
I'm going to tell
didn't
you
work
this.
out,
And
you
I'm going to
lose
and I'm
1
going
and you still have 2.
and I'm going to tell you this. And I'm going to leave the floor. Okay. Next year's draft pick, we don't need any more players on the roster. I bet you from here on out, the Knicks will be drafting. You know how San Antonio just picked Josh Primo at 12? You're going to be a happy man next year, Joe Madden, because they're going to be swinging for the fensive, high character guys.
Yeah.
Josh Primo comes across as me as a high character guy. You know, if you ever read his story and what he went through, you would understand, right? But with more upside because we don't need any more players on the roster. Now we can, from here on out, we can just swing for the fences and get the most athletic player that goes according to our plan, and you'll be a happy guy, Joe.
Yeah, no, see, I agree with the culture and everything, but you need to have, especially if you were going in and you still made 3 draft picks and could have made 4 if you wanted to, you could have come out with the 3 guys you drafted and at least 1 upside pick. And if the 1 upside pick, it was like Christopher Thomas, didn't pan out, you could have just said, screw it, it didn't pan out. We made 3 out of 4. That's what you could have done instead of, and I understand they kicked the pick down the road, but they didn't, and I understand why they did it. It's an extra asset for a trade in the future, but you didn't get enough back for it. So why not just make the pick and take Christopher or Thomas or one of them upside guys? Then you got Grimes, then you got Rokas, and then you got Bridges, and then you still would have got Sims. You would have got all your guys with 1 more. But then you opted not to. And that to me might be a mistake, because if Cam Thomas or just Christopher just show the shot making or 3-level scoring ability that they have, if they can start showing glimpses of it or turn out to be pretty good players and the guys we need shot creation, then we're gonna look pretty silly again. Because we did it in the lottery, and now we're gonna be doing it in the late first rounders. That they're going to pass on talent because of, like, they loved Kevin Knox. They passed on Shea. They passed on the 2 Bridges for him. Bust.
Nah, but I'm not going to clump.
You passed it on guys like Frank Ntilikina. Bust.
You can't. I don't think you can compare past organizations to 3 years ago when Leon Rose took over office. I think you have to stop it there. And you have to go.
It's not organizations, bro. It's not organizations. It's front offices.
Exactly. The front office has totally changed.
No, you say organization. I'm saying we need to clarify that it's not organizations because we're talking about the Knicks organization, but you're referencing as front offices.
But the man that ran to the podium for Kevin Knox just got a 2-year extension as our GM. The man that ran to the podium for Kevin Knox. The clock was just on, and he ran to the podium for the pick. He had Knox picked before the draft even started. And he got a 2-year extension as our general manager. So he's still here. So part of them are still here.
Scott Perry.
I don't think that was Scott Perry. I think that was more David Fizdale. I don't think that was Scott Perry. I think that was more David Fizdale.
Oh God!
I think Scott Perry's strong suit is making trades.
Yeah,
I think where we look at Scott Perry's strength is in the trade room.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I like Scott Perry, but I still believe that Scott Perry got an extension because he's Leon Rose and Worldwide West's yes man. He wasn't going to get in their way. They didn't want to They wanted to keep everything going the way it is. Was that it's Leon Rose? He is say obviously Perry's going to be in on it, but at the end of the day, it's all going to be on Leon Rose and Worldwide West make them final decisions. So they knew that, and they're like, all right, we'll bring Scott back instead of bringing somebody in new after a winning season and then try and mess around with whatever they're doing. But at the end of the day, when you think about like some of the errors this front office make, you still have parts of the front office is still here. So what I'm saying is, with 3 picks, you needed to take an upside swing at one of them. That's the opportunity. The more picks you have in the draft, the more swings. So you need to take an upside swing with one of them.
Yeah.
If you have only one pick in a draft and you miss, you only had one swing. So why not take the three? You took three guys. Why not take the fourth swing and an upside guy? And if he pans out, you look like a genius. And if he doesn't, you know what? It is what it is. It was a late first rounder. It wasn't a lottery
That's the
thing.
problem, Madden. If it doesn't, it isn't. It is what it is. It means you lost on your investment. It means you lost a lot of other things that you could have gained if you wouldn't have taken that swing and go for that home run. That means you struck out. That means you ain't batting no more.
But what they did was instead of batting, they took the walk.
It's not just what it is. What it is. Oh, I'm gonna pick a player 21, and if he pans out, he pans out, and if he doesn't, it is what it is. I'm gonna turn off the TV, and I'm gonna live my life. It ain't like that, bro. Not for these guys. Not for these guys.
They took the 3 picks, but what they done was they didn't even kick it down the road. They were like, you know what? We're gonna give up the draft pick for a worse draft pick, a highly, highly protected draft pick over the next 6 years, instead of taking a swing. You gave away a pick instead of taking a swing at a guy with upside that can help you win and help your team. And if it doesn't work, it is what it is because it's not a lottery pick. You have 4 draft picks. You're supposed to take a swing at one of them. That's what the draft picks are there for.
So
you either take a swing.
Go ahead, Sarge.
Let me ask this question. Who did we draft that you're unhappy with? Did we draft anybody that you're unhappy with right now?
No.
Okay.
My unhappiness is there's two guys or 3 guys that we could have took at 19 that were there. And we're there well into the late first round that are balling out that I would have liked to see on this team that could have helped this team.
Okay, so this is my thing. This is my thing, right? As Knicks fan, and I've been a Knicks fan my whole entire life, and I'm over a half a century old. I'm not gonna tell you exactly how old I am, but it's over a half a century, right? So as Knicks fans, what we have a habit of doing is we tend to look at other players playing for other teams that we could have potentially gotten in the draft, and we think that the performance they have on the other team will be equivalent on this team. What people fail to realize is this, right? If you've ever had more than one job in your life and worked more than one place, when you're unhappy at one place, you move to another place. That matters. Your environment matters. So just because a person is successful in one organization does not mean that they will be successful in the next. So I say all that to say this. When we bring guys in, when we bring in the Burkses and the Kevin Knoxes, not Knox, but Derrick Roses and people of that caliber, they have to adjust to the system in which they're coming into, right? There are some guys don't get me wrong now, there are some guys in the draft I wanted this year and last year. And look, when we did draft Cooper, I was fit to be tied. We passed him like 18 times. Yeah. But
so the whole league.
Exactly. But that was my favorite guy. Right? That's the guy I wanted. Don't ask me why. There was nothing specific I can tell you about Sharif and why I wanted him so bad. I just thought he would be a good fit for this organization. I could be wrong. Obviously, I won't find out because he's playing for somebody else right now. But at the end of the day, I think that
you can't go by what the players say just because Ja Morant tweets out, how did this guy fall? Or another NBA player tweets out, this guy is a stud. They're not GMs. They have no idea what they're talking about. I remember a time when LeBron James went on a media rant and said that the Knicks should have taken DSJ over Frank Ntilikina. And right now, I bet you Frank Ntilikina gets a contract faster than DSJ does.
Oh, yeah.
DSJ is basically out of the league.
Sure. Now both of them are going to China.
Is in a media room talking about, the Knicks messed up. They should have taken DSJ. These guys have no idea what they're talking about. These guys are basketball players.
All that stuff is this. Like if Danny was the organization, right? And I play for Danny, but I know Freezy, and I want to make sure Freezy gets a good deal. So of course I'm gonna hype him up on all my social media platforms, and especially if I'm that type of voice that a LeBron James carries, right? So when you say stuff, those guys tend to pay attention. But you got to do your homework. Just because I said, if you don't have a scout go out there and look at him, and somebody do their due diligence to figure out how healthy he is, then that's a fail on the organization, right? So I don't put a lot of credence into all this hoopla about this player and that player. You know what your game plan is. You know the assets you need to execute that game plan, and the organization's job is to go out there and get the best athlete they can get that fits the culture of the organization to move the program forward. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. And that's what they're looking at. They're looking at the culture. They want guys to fit into the culture. That's it.
Yep.
They don't want any head cases. And so far, it looks like everybody is good there. Everybody gets along well. There's no tension, no problems.
Even Mitchell Robinson. Look, Mitchell Robinson has all the athletic ability in the world. But as soon as Tibbs came, he had to set himself straight. Because if not, he was gone. And that was the first thing that Thibodeau did. He set him straight. He said, listen, man, you all this joking around, all this blah, 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 you better chill out. If you want to play on this team, you better act right. And what he did, he came in line and has become a good soldier. And hopefully we're looking for great things out of Mitchell Robinson coming forward. There was a lot of people that passed on Mitchell Robinson. Why? Because maybe his attitude isn't where it's supposed to be. Maybe his maturity isn't where it was supposed to be for the organizations at that time. So he slipped to us, and we took a chance on him. But, you know, he reaped the benefits of Mitchell Robinson. I think it's, 50-50 kind of. Like, he's been hurt. He showed flashes. But it isn't like, we've really reaped the benefits. Now we have to pay the guy. So it's a very dicey thing.
But, Eddie, so far he's not a cancer in the locker room, though. That's the good thing.
That's what I'm saying. But he could have been if it wasn't somebody who set him straight.
I think at the end of the day, I'm at this point, I'm just excited for the season to start. I wish the season could start tomorrow.
Me too.
I know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yo, G-Man, we got football league starts this weekend. So
Yes. No.
And
look, there's a reason my name says G-Man for life.
That's it. Yes, sir.
The New York people.
But at the end of the day, I'm looking forward to the rest of these summer league games. I want us to win the summer league trophy.
Even in any sport, we do the same thing in every sport.
Mm-hmm.
We do the same thing.
You're pinging, Eddie. You're pinging.
Every sport.
You're pinging.
We take Daniel Jones in the draft.
Danny Dimes.
Yeah. And you know what? That's a curse, right? When people start giving you nicknames way too early.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That stunts your growth right off the bat, right? So as soon as they start calling him Danny Dimes, I'm like, oh my God, please don't. Please no.
They called him that early. That was early.
Yeah, after the Tampa game.
Yeah.
After the Tampa game, then all of a sudden he has a nickname. He's the next thing coming. And then we start making comparisons between him and Eli. Stop the madness. Let the young man progress. Let's figure out what he's going to do.
Put a team around him. Give him an offensive line.
Yes.
My God.
Man, good grief. But don't even get me started. Don't get me started.
Yeah,
Please don't.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that on Freezy's Spawn on the NFL channel.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely be up in there talking about my New York Giants for sure. But I would love to see us win the Summer League championship. That would be a good feather in our cap. Yes. I like what I see. And you guys may have already covered this. I'm coming in late, but I got to jump off here in a second because I got to go get on the plane and go back home.
Oh, God.
But I think that both Quickly and Obi are showing improvements or advancements as far as their leadership style goes. When they had them mic'd up, I hear how vocal they are. They're talking to the players, trying to get these young guys in line with what they got going on. I like the progress that I see from McBride. Grimes, I'm still the jury's still out on him right now. Yeah, exactly.
A little slow. He's starting off slow. Give him time, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say. And people said the same thing about Obi last year because they thought when he came into the NBA, he's supposed to be NBA ready and take off.
Right away, yeah.
Yeah, but you got to give these guys time to develop, and I'm willing to do that. Because right now, as I look at the roster, as currently constructed, we're deep at each position, right? We are very deep at each position, and you have options. And I think that, when you see McBride, I think his stock is kind of moving up at his position. I think that but it depends on how Randall is utilized this year. I don't see any reason that he won't be utilized the same way this year that he was last year. But I think his time would increase because he's got more pieces around him. So he doesn't have to play as many minutes. So that increases the chance for Obi to get some additional playing time. I would love to see, and somebody mentioned this on a different show, but if Obi could get his feet work together, I would love to see Obi and Julius on the floor at the same time.
Yes, yeah. I told that to Freezy yesterday.
Yes.
Well, they're going to have to. For Obi to get 15-plus minutes a game, you're going to have him at the 5. Because Randall's getting over 30 a game, 30, 35 a game. That's booked. Unless you can slot Obi minutes at the 3.
So at the 3. So Joe, I don't think Randall's playing that many minutes this year because you got Kemba, you got Fournier. So he's not going to have to spend that much time on the floor, right? So
Tibbs, I don't think is going to adjust. The more players, the Tibbs going to keep. That's what worries me. He knows the history between Kemba and Rose. So between them, he's going to work out minutes. But them guys are going to probably he's going to get 48 out of the 2 of them. He's going to drive Julius 30, 35, especially after him getting that contract. He's like, this is my man. He's getting paid. This is my horse, and I'm going to ride him.
So that could be possible. My hope is this. My hope is that it goes the opposite way. That he utilizes the roster in such a way that you kind of ebb and flow, right? Depending on what game you're playing, how important that game is, and you're saving those legs for the playoffs. Because by the time we got to the playoffs, those guys were dog tired. Randall was playing 40-plus minutes a game.
He was done.
Tibbs was too concentrated in the last 5 or 6 games of getting that 4th seed that he's playing him and RJ 40-plus a game.
Yeah.
To clinch the 4th.
Yeah.
By the time you got that 4th seed, the team was drained out. You've seen it. They played good. By game 3, you've seen it. It was over.
Oh, yeah.
Game 1 and 2, they were okay. Game 3 was done. They were drained.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't have that. That's what worries me about Tibbs is, come on, you need a just where you can play him, but then when you guarantee a playoff spot, then you got to rest him or sit him or keep them.
Now, Sarge, who are you going to start a point guard, Sarge?
I'm starting Kemba at point.
Right?
I'm starting Kemba at point because I want Rose to be with that second unit. The second unit already has continuity, and I don't want to mess that up, right? The second unit was the horses last year, and I want to keep that.
I know quickly likes playing with Rose. He gets amped up when he's playing with Rose on the court. Yes. I see that. I saw that right away when they were playing together.
Yeah. Kemba would be the starter. Rose would come off the bench with that second unit. But this is the thing that I think is going to be important that people are not really talking about, right? I think that the linchpin in this whole thing is going to be this. The third point guard, whomever that was going to be, that person is going to get the most burn, to be honest. Because when you look at it, we already know that Kemba, we don't know what his knee situation is going to be coming out of the gate, so we got to evaluate that. We know we don't want to play Rose a whole bunch of minutes because we got to evaluate that. So that third point guard is going to be the guy that's going to get the majority of the minutes. I mean, the workhorse minutes, right? Kemba comes in, gets everything going. You have Rose to come in and run with the second unit. And then that third point guard is the person that has to be able to come in and kind of orchestrate everything else that's going on. Now, my hope right now, based on what I've seen, and it may be a little too early, but I like McBride at the point. I like McBride at the point. You know, he's going to have to learn and grow. I don't know what's going to happen in training camp, but what I've seen from him so far with the tutelage of a Derrick Rose, I mean, because he's got legit point guards he can learn from. That's on the team. You know what I'm saying? And if he takes the guidance of a Kemba and a Rose, I think that kind of puts him in a situation where he can kind of his maturation process goes a little bit quicker, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. He's got to get in there. They got to squeeze him in. He's got to get at least 10 minutes or more a game.
Yeah. Yep.
Right?
I agree. I agree with that.
Because Rose is limited to what, 25 a game?
I think it's 25, yeah. 25.
I think he wants to play more, though. I know he said he wanted to play more than that.
He does. But they got that whole minute restriction thing that got going on kind of hampers how long you play these guys. But, I mean, again, it depends on the game that we're playing and how important the game is. As a head coach, I'm trying to win, right? Yeah. So if Danny can only play 25 minutes and do my best point guard, Hey, I'll take the fine later on. Hey, Danny, you cooking? Stay in there, do your thing, right? I'll deal with whatever repercussions come later on. I ain't really worried about that right now. I'm trying to win this basketball game right now. So we'll see what happens, man. But I think the player that I'm the most surprised, I don't know why, but the player that I'm most surprised about their performance thus far is Sims. I did not see Sims coming out the gate like that.
No.
I didn't.
No.
Honestly, I did not. Grimes, I expected more from him. McBride is kind of where I thought he would be, but Sims is definitely a surprise.
That guy gets up. He can get up high. Did you hear what Obi said about
him?
Yes. And Obi gets up, but Obi says he gets up higher than I do.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
If you have a point guard that's looking for him, either Kemba or Rose, we're good. Because you know Noel is gonna fall, break a nail. He'll be out for 3 games. I hope to God that Mitch is not going to get hurt this year. Break no bones, nothing. I'm praying he doesn't get hurt. He stays on the court.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have Sims, because those guys are gonna get hurt. One of those guys for sure. And then you got Taj. But I'd rather have more of Taj. I was talking about this with Freezy yesterday. Less Taj, more Sims.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Look, Taj to me,
he's a good guy.
He is. He would be that guy. He's that guy for me to break glass in case of emergency. Now, if I absolutely have to use you, I'm gonna put you in that situation. But if I got a young kid back here that we're still developing, then he's gonna have to get some burn. And it does 2 things, right? And I don't think Mitchell Robinson has a problem with being motivated. But when you got a guy breathing down your neck to take your spot, that gives you that extra. Let me go out here and do a little bit more of this and that. You know what I'm saying?
Push, yeah.
Yeah. That competition level causes you to perform at a higher clip. You know what I'm saying? And that's at any position. So the only position, what I would be curious to see is which position will RJ play more, the 2 or the 3? Where are they going to utilize them the most? And I guess it would depend on who's on the court at what time that you alternate positions or whatever the case may be. But I think RJ's performance would be one of the catalysts to see how the Knicks utilize personnel on the floor this year. I know Tibbs is going to be defense first, as always. That's his game plan. Yeah. But we cannot do the same offensive, whatever, I don't even call it offense. We cannot do the same thing we did last year. We just can't.
No.
That's like going out and ordering a Brontosaurus burger. No, we don't do that. Come on, man. Let's get with the rest of the NBA. Let's be competitive. That's why you got all these young legs. Utilize the talent and the athleticism that you have. Stop pigeonholing these guys. Say, go, look, as soon as you cross half court, go in the corner, stand there until somebody gives you the ball. Stop playing, man. What are we doing? What are we doing?
That's Tibbs. That's on Tibbs.
I need whatever offensive mind is on the bench with him. I need for them to be real vocal this year. I need for them to come up with an offensive game plan that works.
Who's their main offensive guy?
It's
is it Bryant?
Bryant, yes.
So he's got to run things too, Bryant, because it seems like Tibbs is running everything.
I think Bryant is vocal, but I don't think that he doesn't have the cachet as a Woodson would have. You know what I'm saying? So when Mike Woodson comes to tell you, hey, this is what we need to do, then that's what we need to do. I don't think Bryant has that. He didn't have that credibility with Tibbs just yet.
Woodson was good. I like Woodson.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I wish he was still on the staff. We needed that guy.
Yes, I agree. I was sad to see him go, but I understood why he had to leave.
Did you remember when he was the coach?
Yes.
How many wins did they have that year? 51.
It was over. It was a 50-win season.
And you see he gets on people too.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
He's a head coach. The only difference between Woodson and Tibbs, in my eyes, is one was an offensive-minded coach and one was a defensive-minded coach. I mean, and that's it. I think coaches' lifespans are kind of wrapped around who you have on the squad. So if you're fortunate enough to have a good squad and you have a veteran point guard, that makes the coach's life much easier. So you got a floor general out there. You have to have a coach on the floor playing ball and seeing everything that's on the field. That on the court. That makes the coach's life a whole lot easier, right?
Yeah.
With the Kemba Walker and the Derrick Rose, from an offensive perspective, Tom Thibodeau should not fail. Should not fail. But you have to figure out how to utilize these guys. You have to
move them around. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't go through the same, half court. NBA, we don't play NBA ball like that anymore. Just like that when we talk about the 5 position, in the old days, what we looked at, get the ball down low to the 5, have him back his guy, give it to Ewing, have him back you down, and then he goes straight to the cup. That was the offense, right? Now you want your big to be able to shoot threes, or at least be able to defend defend the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? The paint, because they spread the floor, those guys that can create their own shot and get to the cup, it's a little bit easier because now your big is, if you got somebody to pull the big out of the paint, that frees up that space in the floor. That's what it's all about. So the game has changed, has evolved, and we have to evolve with it. I think we're getting there. I think they get it just by the personnel I'm looking at us drafting. But I just need for us to pick up the pace just a little bit, just a little bit.
And I got to see more of Obi too. Got to see more of Obi, and they got to start running more pick and rolls for him, and not as much threes.
Yeah,
because I always see him hanging out at the 3-point line. He's got to move to the basket. He's not a deadly shooter. He's supposed to be rolling to the basket.
Yes, I agree. When I watch him in the summer league, what I need for Obi to do, I need for him to do 2 things. I need for him to work on his foot speed. That's number 1, and I need for him to work on a mid-range shot. Because if you see him if you watch Obi play in the summer league when he's playing against a smaller defender, he kills him all day long. Yeah. He kills them all day long. Yeah. But if he can develop, like I said, work on his foot speed and develop a mid range, oh my goodness, I want Obi Toppin to be so good that Tom Thibodeau has to pull his hair out to figure out how to get Obi on the court. That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for.
They need to keep him with Randall on the court.
Yeah, absolutely. I think where we lose, my only concern with Obi at the 3 is from a defensive standpoint, and the people that he would be matched up against on other teams. That's my concern. But they don't pay me to be a head coach. I'm gonna need for Tom Thibodeau to figure that out.
Yeah,
and get my man some playing time.
Yeah, he needs it.
I'm definitely gonna need that to happen.
Just like with McBride, he needs to get burned too. He
needs
to play.
Yes.
You need to play. To get better, you need to play. You can't sit on the bench and get better.
Absolutely. And you need to play during, meaningful minutes, not garbage minutes.
When it counts, not garbage minutes, and not just practice.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be out there.
I think McBride, the good thing for McBride is this. He's out there with Obi and Quickly so they can explain to him what Tom Thibodeau is looking for in order for him to get some burn. Right, because they actually got burned last year. Quickly more so than Obi, because Obi's playing behind Julius. I understand that, but they were able to come off the bench and get some burn. Right, so I think having that knowledge, you can tell the McBride, hey, this is what you need to work on. You can tell the Sims, hey, this is what you need to work on if you want to see some meaningful playing time playing under this head coach.
Hey, Sarge, he's got a tough one this year because we're so deep. So the job is going to be tough for Tibbs this year because we got so many bodies.
Yep.
Useful bodies.
Yes.
It's going to be hard for him to juggle these people.
It is, and I hope he leans more. And I understand you need that vet presence, right? But if I'm Tom Thibodeau, what I'm doing at the beginning of the season is I'm going to see how I can get this young talent infused into the rotation, right? It may work. So the first 5 games, let me figure out how I can get McBride in some meaningful minutes. Let me figure out how I can get Sims on the court for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just to see where they are and kind of how they match up, right? But I'm definitely getting Obi and Quickly in the mix for sure. I need to get those guys up and running so I can then save my vets that are kind of up there in age towards the end of the season, going into the playoff run, right? That's kind of what I'm looking for. And that goes to. I know this is probably impossible to do, but I would love to see us develop and still win back, develop and still be in the hunt at the same time, right? Of course. Just depending on who we play. But to your point, I agree 100%. It's always challenging when you have new personnel to figure out where they're going to fit in at and how you play. So you may have to adjust something. You may have to adjust your lineup. But I do not believe Tibbs going over a 10-man rotation. He wouldn't. I don't expect none of that.
He doesn't go that deep. Yeah, no. Doesn't go that deep. No.
I'm looking at probably 8.
8, 9. Probably 9 at the most.
At the most, yeah, exactly. So he has to figure out what that rotation looks like. But I would like to see these young guys get some burn so we can figure out, where they are and what they bring to the team.
You know what I like, though? I like when Rose is running the point and Obi's out there with Rose, because I see Rose is always looking for Obi.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
More than anybody else looks for him. It's Rose.
Yeah, I agree. Right? And I see that in the summer league as well. So as they play, Quickly is always looking for Obi. That's his first option.
Yeah, that's his boy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his first option. So, like I said, I like the second squad. I like the chemistry of the second squad, and I like the fact that we could potentially keep that together as long as Rose is coming off the bench with that second unit, and then let Kimber run that first unit, and then whoever the third point guard is runs whatever combination of people that are actually on the floor at whatever particular time.
What's the story with Kemba now? Is he injury free now? Because he played at the end of the year, he was playing good.
So Kemba, when he left Boston, his thing was they rushed him back. So he wasn't fully recovered, and when he got traded to OKC, I'm not sure what they did with him out there, but from what I've read and what I've seen, they said that he's had an ample time to recover. He said himself that he had time to rest, but we just need to see where he is. But I don't see him playing. I give him and Rose probably about the same amount of minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't. That's why I say that third point guard is going to be that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's going to be important to whether we pass or fail.
It's in between Quickly and McBride.
Yeah, I agree. And I look at Quickly more. I would like to. I think Tom would do this. I think Tom would probably start Quickly at point over McBride, just because he's more comfortable with it. But I would like to see McBride be able to build that confidence level up so he can play the point. And because I like Quickly more coming off the ball as hey, welcome back.
There he is.
I'm back finally.
Freezy
Uncle
is in
Freezy
the building.
is back.
What's good?
Finally. Hey, yeah, I had to restart the PC and it took forever. I'm backstage.
Okay. Well, I like Quickly more at the 2 spot than the point. Just because I think he's more valuable from that aspect, but I also like the fact that Quickly is in the headspace now that he understands how to run an offense. I think that's important. And he picked it up a little bit last year when I think Rose was hurt and he was coming in after Peyton, and he didn't look very comfortable. It looked like it was rushed. He didn't really understand the position. I'm not going to say he didn't understand the position. I say that he didn't execute the position as efficiently as I thought it should be executed. But I think this year in the summer league, that's going to help him out tremendously.
He was executing more as a 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was.
Yes.
He was.
Yes. So because when you come down, you're not really looking. He's not a pass first type of guard, right? He's looking for his shot. As soon as he crosses half court, he is looking for his shot.
He's looking for a shot, yeah.
Yes. So I agree 100%.
He's looking for that 3, or he's looking to get down for those floaters.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
What he's looking for. And those floaters are good. He's money with those floaters.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, as long as he's making them, Tibbs is happy. It's one of those things where your head coach is like, why are you taking that shot? It goes in. Yeah. Great shot.
Yeah. That's how Tibbs is, though. You can see that.
Yeah, no doubt. But like I said, I'm looking forward to the season start.
I know. I wish it started tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank God we got summer league. I don't know what else after that.
After that, it's training camp. I don't know. We probably won't see much of training camp. We just have to rely on the reports coming out of training camp on what these guys are doing. But I think that last year we didn't have either of these. We didn't have training camp or summer league.
No.
Nothing at all.
Much, yeah.
So my hope is as the season starts, we don't start as slow as we did last year.
I think it's on point to start at normal time. That's what Freezy said, right? Freezy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about from a performance standpoint, because the first 5 or 6 games we had last year was essential to our training camp to get these guys up to speed and get them going, because they didn't have that moving forward. But from a performance standpoint, they should come in hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Day one. Day one.
And they should all be in good shape.
Yes.
So much time.
Yes, absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Now, unlike the NFL, where you got guys just going into training camp and day one, everybody gets hurt. What have you been doing all offseason?
That's what I don't get. Like, why do these guys keep getting hurt all the time?
Man, I don't get it. They need
Look,
to
Sarge,
go.
I'm 49 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I was in my early 20s, I was going to the gym, working out for 2 hours, and then going for another 2 hours, 3 hours playing full court.
Yeah.
Almost every day. And I wasn't getting hurt and I wasn't tired. I was ready to go every day. And where I lived, we had lights. So I'd go out and play outside. There's people playing 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I wake up, I hear the balls bouncing outside my court, get dressed, and I go out.
That's it.
So I don't understand why these guys are getting hurt. And we play, we do all the stuff, we never get hurt. We keep going.
I think it's a lifestyle thing, right? So you think about when we grew up, right? It wasn't all these video games and all this. Your parents kicked you out of the house. You had to leave the house. Go outside.
I was locked out.
Yeah. Look, take your behind outside and don't come back in the house till the street lights come on. Yeah. And your body builds up that endurance. So in the military, that's how your body's developed, right? There's a reason we get up every morning at 5 o'clock and go run a minimum of 2 miles every day. Every day. That builds up your cardio.
Yeah.
So when you're out there ducking bullets and diving behind bushes, you don't get tired.
No.
It's the same thing.
Time to get tired for that.
No, I would advise you not to. But I think a lot of this has to do with some guys take their conditioning their body a little bit more serious than others. You look at LeBron James, it's reported that he spends millions of dollars on his body every season. But I think for these guys, it's important. But let's be honest now. Some guys, just based on your build, are more susceptible to injuries than others. If you are thin, then you're more susceptible to injuries than somebody that's a little bit bulkier, right?
Like Noel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wasn't gonna call no names, but yeah, yeah. So I just want everybody to come into camp healthy. You know what I'm saying? And be able to be productive in the season. I really, I'm excited about this season. Extra excited just because I don't remember a time. It's been a long time since our roster's been this deep. I mean, I'm not saying deep just to have players. I mean, we legit have players that can go out and get this every night. Yeah, every night. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a long time since the New York Knicks have been in this situation. A long time.
Long time.
But it's good to see. It's a good problem to have. So, we'll see what happens. Everybody talks about the East has gotten better after this draft, and draft of free agency. It has. It's changed. It's changed the foundation of where the league is. I think what it's going to come down to, one, is the team that's able to build chemistry first is going to be better. And the team that doesn't have cultural or locker room problems, of course, that's going to play into that as well. So everybody's got a shot. Everybody's got a shot, right?
What do you think about Brooklyn?
You know what? On paper, they should win the East every year, right?
On paper, yeah.
Hands down. On paper, every year, hands down. But as we saw this past season, when you got guys that's hurt or missing games or whatever the case may be, all that matters. I think that when you build, so I look at the way that the Knicks gelled last year, and I didn't see that with the Nets. You could tell the difference between the chemistry with the Knicks and the chemistry or the lack of chemistry that the Nets had. Yes. So as long as they keep that lack of chemistry and they're just playing because to me, those guys are playing for self. Great talent. Don't get it twisted. They have great talent on the squad.
They're playing for themselves.
And they're playing for themselves. Exactly. So, I mean, if they stay healthy, they're going to be hard to beat.
Kevin Durant's playing for the points. You know who the Beard's playing for. He's playing for those triple doubles.
Yep.
And Irving, I don't know about him. I
have scratched my head with him. Yeah.
Little
case.
Scratch.
Case, yeah. So, I mean, we'll see what they do. But I believe that if the Nets had been healthy last year, then they would have been in the finals instead of the Bucks. But due to injuries, the Bucks got by, right? But I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. So I think for the Battle of New York,
we're going to win. We're going to have a better record.
Yes.
I told Freezy we're going to win minimum 48 games next year.
Oh yeah, I give us. I'll say 50, at least 50, because we're only asking for 9 more games than our record last year. And we're better constructed than we were last year.
Oh, yeah, better, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think 50 is a stretch at all.
Last year we had no Kemba. We had no Fournier next year.
Right.
And guys.
Mitch will be back this year. And so, you know, and you got Noel backing him up. So, I see no reason why we can't get 50.
No.
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
Hey, Freezy, you backstage? Come pop on up on the screen, brother.
Freezy, where are you?
He probably in the kitchen. Every time I come in the kitchen, he in the kitchen.
Oh, no. Freezy, get out of the kitchen. Save some food there.
But Danny, it's been a blast chatting it up with you, brother. But
it's been a blast talking to you. Doubt. Your knowledge is up to here. Your knowledge is about basketball. That's why we're on the chat. I said let's Sarge talk, because when you talk, you're making sense out of everything.
I try, man. I try. Every now and then I may fall into the black hole. You know what I'm saying? But
nah, I don't see that. I don't see that at all. Not at all, my man.
But it's all good. It's all good. Hey, I'm looking forward to being able to chop it up with you on the football channel as well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That's gonna be a good time.
I know you want to talk about your Jets, so.
See?
I'm just kidding. I know the G.
I know. It's all good. But you know what? What's going to be exciting this year is I believe that from a football standpoint, those teams that were suspect last year, I think everybody gets a chance, an opportunity to step up. Especially for me, the NFC East is wide open. And
gas station coffee, bro.
See, look.
You only rent it.
There he is.
Gas station coffee, bro. You never buy it. You only rent it, bro.
I know what it was. Sarge, it was Freezy taking his pre-workout because he's going to the gym soon. Yeah. That's what it was.
That's a fact.
Gas station coffee, bro.
Don't mess with it, man. Bro. Don't mess with it. Yeah, hey, I was just telling Danny, man, I got to jump off. I'm about to check out of this hotel and go to the airport and start this 11-hour journey to get back home. God.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Have a safe flight.
Hey,
be safe.
Thank you.
Hey, G-Man.
What's up?
I am going to jump off right here because I'm about to have the longest day ever on Blorangetears, right? I'm going to jump back on about 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
And do a pregame to 8 o'clock, do a watch along during the game. After the game, I'm going to do the next morning drive for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Wow. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So we're going to be on just about all day.
Okay. Right? That works. So
I'm going to take a little siesta here. Man, safe travels, bro.
All right, so I got a long layover in Dallas. So, but if you're on when I'm on, I'll jump on while I'm in the airport.
Okay.
All right. I appreciate it, fellas. All right,
hey, bro. We will see y'all either 5:30, or 6 o'clock. It depends. Somewhere in there for 3 hours. A 3-hour pregame is long.
Wow.
But it depends on how we feeling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to get something to eat. I'm gonna get me a sandwich about as long as your coffee table, your dining room table.
Get that extra cup of coffee. Get that pre-workout going.
Yeah. Exactly.
We'll be ready to roll.
Exactly. And then we're gonna do the watch along. I'm gonna try to call the game play by play.
Yeah.
Right. And then what we'll do is do some stuff live. And then after that, we'll do the Knicks at Night podcast from about 10 to about. Whatever. Something like that. However long we want to go.
That works.
But G-Man, I'll probably see you tomorrow, bro.
No, you see me tonight because I'm gonna jump on the Knick at Night when I get home. I'll be home about 11:30 or so Eastern Standard Time.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So I'll jump on when I get home.
All right, bro. I'll see y'all, everybody. Everybody, listen. It's a long day today.
Have a great day.
Long day today.
You too.
G-Man, get your coffee. Freezy, get your pre-workout, your coffee, because you're going to be going all day long.
All day long, bro.
All right, salute, guys. All right, salute, guys.
All right, everybody. Peace.
Salute.